Well, like I was afraid of in the last video, I seem to have jinxed myself. After posting that last video talking about how my bike had run over 15,000 miles, I hadn't had a single problem with it. It was running great, no faults. This last week I've been running into all kinds of little electrical problems. Kind of strange. First thing happened, I went down and put some gas in it, shut it down, filled it up, went to start it back up again, and it wouldn't start. Pushed the button and it made no noise at all. I remember a few folks on the forum said they've been having that trouble, and if you wait 10 minutes it'll start working. And that's what I did, and that's what it did. And one thing I did notice is on my way home, the check engine light came on. This one over here on the right. It went away all on its own. Still kept the little yellow triangle in the left, but I didn't worry too much about it because it seemed to run good. And the bike did it again. It worked. When I'm done to the day, jumped out on the bike, it didn't fire up. That was kind of a bizarre thing, but it was the same deal. Wait about 5 minutes and it fired up no problem at all. Ran all the way home. Check engine light was on, but before I had gone 2 blocks to the light, the check engine light was out and it was running like a champ. Then I had her running down the freeway, cruising along somewhere, I think 55, 65 miles an hour or something like that. It all of a sudden went into limp mode. This little light right here turned into a triangle. Now this is about the mellowest limp mode I've ever seen, because I kept right on going down the road 55, 65 miles an hour. And if it weren't for the little light there, I wouldn't have even known I was in limp mode. Went all the way back home, shut it off. The check engine light never came on. I thought that was kind of weird. I thought a limp mode meant there was something wrong and the check engine light ought to come on, but that never happened. And this morning, the no start thing happened again. Rode down to the gas station, shut it off, put some gas in it, turned it back on, and it wouldn't start. That's 3 times in a week. It's kind of weird after all the months and the hard miles, 15,000 hard miles on this thing, and never having a trouble, and then just cruising around the city, I've had all these problems. That's kind of bizarre. Another bizarre thing I noticed is, whereas before I generally didn't have any codes at all, or only occasionally had a single diagnostic code, now I got all kinds of codes in the thing. I got 5 codes in the BCM, 5 codes in the ECM. I got a code in the EHCU. Got 2 codes on the RHCM. That's very, very strange. I've only ever had historic codes that I didn't even know I had until the tech that did my 10,000 mile service said they were there. Looking at the codes they actually have in there, I have a continuous code in the BCM. And I got 4 other historic codes that are in there. That's kind of bizarre. And this continuous code seems to be in there pretty permanent. It doesn't go away and it doesn't clear. In the ECM, I also wound up got 5 codes. Now the ECM codes, all these codes are historic. So that means they're not running right at this particular moment. Likewise, the EHCU just has 1 code, and that 1 code is historic. And all the way down here in the RHCM, it's got a couple of codes, but both of those codes are historic too. The only continuous code I have right now is up in the BCM. All the other ones could be cleared, but I'm just going to leave them in there. Figure I'm about due for a 15,000 mile service anyway, so I'm just going to let all the codes sit there, and that way when I turn it in, I know the tech has everything there to take a look at. I've heard there's supposed to be another software update out, so hopefully that'll take care of it. Other than that, other than the occasionally not starting, this bike is still running great. If I didn't know that, or if it wasn't for the no starting things, if I hadn't been paying attention to the dash, I'd have never known there was a problem. Kind of a strange little bike. Or a strange big bike. This thing is definitely not little when it falls over. But that's it for this video. I just thought I'd put it out because a lot of people have been mentioning how my bike has been running really good for a long time with no problems. I figure as soon as I'm having problems, I need to put it out there just so you know. I still like the bike. The bike is still doing me good. Just a couple, 3 times it hadn't started when I wanted to, and that's kind of interesting. Well, that's all for now. Catch y'all later.